Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be how I made a saddle for a doll that I made a little while ago now. The customer wanted to add on to a saddle to this doll. It's my deer doll, Solus the sun stag. And they sort of said they wanted something similar to the saddles that I'd made previously. So I put together just a couple of different materials that I thought were the same color as the doll and sort of worked from there. So basically I'm making the saddle part. I don't know the names of the bits of the saddle, so apologies if I'm getting the names wrong, but the actual saddle piece I'm making out of Sculpey, and it's like a brown Sculpey that's kind of looks a bit like a leathery kind of color. And I'm basically sculpting the whole saddle piece out of this and then just putting it onto the doll to make sure I'm getting all the proportions right and it sits right on the doll. And then I'm going to be doing the rest of it with some felt and some cross stitching just to get some extra little details. So I'm sort of just going with the flow here. I didn't have anything planned out, just thought I would just go with it and see what came out. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I haven't made a saddle in a long time, and it's a little bit different from the other ones that I made. It's a little bit more detailed, I would say, but yeah, so just basically I made the saddle piece out of 3 different pieces as well. I was originally going to do it as a one piece, but I found the flexibility in the polymer clay wasn't that great, so I ended up doing it in 3 different pieces. So the 2 side strap pieces and the main saddle bit, and I think that worked really well for this piece. It's because you can drape it over the sides of the sides of the doll. So here I was originally going to do it in that one piece, but I ended up just chopping off those 2 side pieces and baking them separately as well. So it is a 3-piece saddle that it moves around on the felt. adding some little detailing with my needle tool just to replicate sort of like a little cross, like the stitches in the saddle, and just like little stitching patterns as well. It was a little bit difficult to get it right on both sides and symmetrical, so I just basically did a couple of place marker dots first and then did the saddle patterns from there. Like the way it turned out. It looked like stitching, the little holes of the stitches, even though it is really tiny, but I think it worked out really good, and I'll probably keep doing this when I do more saddles in the future. For the felt pieces, I am doing the main felt bit, this yellow color. It is very similar to the yellow coloring that's actually on the stag. So I did a rough little oval pattern and placed the main saddle piece on it to make sure that I'm cutting it out correctly, and then I'm just folding it over to make sure I'm getting the correct shape on the other side as well. I'm using a pair of fabric scissors to cut these out, which works a lot better than normal scissors. So for the other pieces, I'm doing it in black because black is on this doll as well. And basically they're going to be, the underpiece is going to be black under the actual saddle. It's going to be black. And also I'm going to do some black little pouches as well. So that little black piece, I'm going to do some cross stitching, and cross stitching is really simple. I'm using a thicker, it's just like string that I've got. It's not a thread or anything, it's a string. And I'm just basically going with some cross stitching right around the little black piece, and I think the contrast works really well. So the pouches are really quite simple. They're just a long piece that's folded over on itself, and then I've sewed up the two sides of it. And then I'm going to put a button on the front. So super simple pieces to make a little sack. I'm going to glue the main saddle pieces onto the felt now using that tacky fabric glue that I normally use. It holds really well and is a little bit flexible, so the pieces can move while you drape it on your doll. So that's pretty much it for this whole little saddle piece. I added some little rope things on the side for the reins, and I also added a little rope that goes underneath just to hold it in place with a little clip on it. Nothing too special, but that's pretty much it for the little saddle. If you have a go, let me know. Tag me in your little posts on Instagram or whatever if you make one of these saddles. I do enjoy making little bits and pieces. And definitely will do it in the future when I do more fantasy dolls, I guess, or if I get commissions for it. I also attach these two little pouches just with a dab of the fabric glue as well, just to hold it in place. But yeah, really simple little saddle tutorial. And yes, thanks for watching. I hope you like it, and don't forget to like, subscribe, check me out at my website creaturesofnat.com, and on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok as well. Catch you in the next one. Bye!